All right, welcome back to the Virtue Bowling Supply YouTube channel. My name is Chris, and I'm here to bring you guys the high-rev perspective.
And my name is Josh, and I'll be bringing the low-rev perspective.
Today, going head-to-head, we have the brand new Storm Next Factor and the Motiv Nebula. We're going to be throwing 10 shots, picking one winner that we would most likely add to our bag, and explain why.
Today we're here at Bolero Mesa on a fresh house shot, and with that being said, make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you out on the lanes.
After seeing these two balls go down the lane, personally I feel like the Next Factor just hooked a ton more than the Nebula. That stronger core, and I feel like friction response to the cover of the Next Factor is just way more than the Nebula. The Nebula definitely wanted to be a little bit more controllable, a little smoother off the friction, and still retain enough energy to go through the pins. Personally, I feel like the Next Factor is something that I would go to kind of when I need to throw the ball a little harder and really not be worried about the ball starting up. I feel like if I threw the Nebula a little too hard, it wasn't quite going to see the friction the right way. So definitely the slightly stronger shape of the Next Factor looked a little bit better, but honestly, shapes-wise, they both looked pretty good. So for me, I feel like controllability is always kind of going to win the battle, and for me, I feel like the Nebula was just a little bit more controllable, a little bit more predictable, where it was going to see the friction and kind of go through the pins. The Next Factor, like I said, the first few shots were pretty uncontrollable, and it really needed a little bit more shots to kind of tame down that friction response. The Nebula, I feel like, was kind of consistent all the way through, and so that one I think is going to have to be the winner for me.
Finished throwing each of the Next Factor and the Motiv Nebula. These two pieces for me, there's definitely about a ball space in between. The Nebula wanted to be a lot cleaner, a lot further down the lane, where the Next Factor was a little bit bigger, a little smoother, played a little straighter with it. Moved a little bit further left with each of these, and I did notice a kind of hook stop with the Next Factor, but the Nebula, again, I had to get that ball to friction. If it was in the oil, it had like no chance. Really felt like anywhere I played. But again, both are good for what they're intended to do, but for today, again, like that ball motion was really, for me, it was nice when I knew I could miss in and it would hook off the sludge. You know, anything's gonna hook off the friction, but it's really what is it gonna do off the oil. Final thoughts on these two pieces. Like I said, for me, what finds a really good ball is just when you can miss and it does the work for you, really. You just put it in a spot. And between these two balls, it was a little hard because neither of them gave me like an outstanding ball shape. Compared to each other, the next factor was definitely better in my opinion. I felt like I was able to play a little straighter with it, and because of that, I did have just slightly more miss room. I may not have struck every time, but that still matters. You know, if you can get 9 versus 6, that's still a win. So today, the winner for this batch is gonna have to be the next factor.
Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys want to see the winner between these two, make sure to check the link down below and check out our full versus video.